Hi, I'm Eric Gutman, and this is my moment for hope, my faith testimony, or my faith journey. So, I was born and raised in Brazil, and I grew up in a family of, I would say, non Christians. They were agnostics, and I was supposed to be baptized as a Catholic, but I was not. And anyway, I was baptized in February 2nd, 2008, when I was 28 years old. So I'm kind of a new Christian. So in 2008, I was completely lost. I was empty. I was feeling empty. I was full of friends, but I was feeling empty. I was lost. I was feeling that something was missing in my life. And I feel that something was calling me to do something above me, something different. And I was seeking for something else. I was a party boy. I used to drink a lot, go to parties, party every, not every night, but party every weekend. And anyway, so I got baptized and I started to read the Bible. I read the Bible basically twice in a short period of time. I was unemployed. And, to basically summarize my faith journey, I would say that my faith journey is basically three things: is faith, sacrifice, and forgiveness. And y'all are gonna understand this. I don't know how long it's gonna take this, and if this gets boring, you can just stop and do something else. But it's supposed to take 5 minutes, but I will try to do my best. Uh, and after reading the Bible, I said, well, I'm unemployed, so I'm reading this Bible, and this Jesus here that I now believe and now I have faith is calling me to preach, I would say, the gospel, and to basically go and pray for people, and do something and talk about Jesus. So I got my backpack, put some Psalms, I printed out some Psalms, I put it in my backpack, and with a Bible, and said, well, okay, let me get into a bus, and I said, well, I'm gonna do the Holy Spirit guide me to. I'm gonna let the Holy Spirit guide me and stop into a place in a neighborhood, and I started to knock on doors and offer prayers. And I started knocking doors, and how can I pray for you? Do you need a prayer? And I started to pray for people, and and in doing this, so I grew up I would say, in a high middle class or upper middle class family in Brazil. And I ended up in some neighborhoods that were middle class, lower middle class. And I saw things that were shocking to me. I had never seen those things before. I saw people suffering, people with their bodies completely paralyzed with strokes, or half of the body paralyzed. People saying, well, you are welcome to come and pray for my mom, and you can pray for her. And when I saw that person completely paralyzed, I was first in shock. And so I would pray for that person, and the other person was half paralyzed. The other one was, anyway, it was those stories were would I will carry those stories in my life forever. And so I did that, and that was outstanding for my faith to understand how powerful the gospel could be. I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of good relationships that I never did with my old supposed friends. Anyway, moving forward, I got married with Talita, my wife, and we started. We started to we got married and everything. Uh, Moving forward again, or fast forward, uh, 2013, uh, I got what they call in Brazil a flash kidnapping. I stayed 10 hours in the hands of very bad people, very evil people. Three broken ribs, a broken ankle. The I mean, my ears were ruptured or something like that. So punched, I beat completely. Uh, my life was completely got upside down after that experience. So I got into a PTSD after that. I got into treatment and medications and psychologists and psychiatrists, and but I became paranoid. I became completely paranoid. I felt like my faith was being tested, and I became um, uh, a part of God. I became completely a part of God because my heart was broken, my mind was broken, my soul was broken. I I was unable to. Later on, I just was able to understand this later on because uh, I was after this incident, I was unable to forgive those persons. I was cursing them. I was chasing revenge. My mind was completely, it was a mess. Uh, but I was paranoid. I was saying, no, I can't stay here anymore. I told my wife, if if you want to have kids one day, it's not gonna be here in Brazil. So we have to move from here. So I started to get better. I started to kind of put my things together, and we've decided to come here to the United States, and but for a completely different reason. But God led me to this church and led me to do this job, which is to knock on other people's doors, which is knock on other people's screens and offer prayers to them. The same thing that I did when I started to become my faith journey. And but the our beginning here in America was uh, required from us a lot of sacrifice and a lot of faith as well. But anyway, I would I would like to end this or end my faith journey. So my faith journey doesn't end here. I would like to say, but I would like to read this. This is Mark. This is Luke. Excuse me. 9:23 and 24. If anyone desire to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. So my faith journey doesn't end here because I know that God is a big, huge God. Is much bigger than we think. May God bless you and keep you.